Okay, it's recording. How are we all doing? Hi, Ruth. Thank you for being my first one. Evening. Remind me where you all are so I can see. I love the fact that you're all joining me. You must get bored. Hello. Amazing. Tell me where you're from. Basildon. Oh, we've got Hampshire, Eastleigh, Leicester. Look at. Hi, Caroline. Preston. Oh, look at where you're all over. I love it. Do you know what I love the fact is that you're actually writing in the comments. You are doing this for me because there's nothing worse than me talking to myself. I know I probably do it when nobody's watching, but doing it in front where there's nobody, and I'm not sure I want to do it where there is somebody, but actually I love the fact that I can read these comments. Gosport, Farnborough, Staffordshire, North Links. Look at you all. Oldham, Andover, Newcastle. Oh, amazing. Fleet, Essex. Amazing. Okay. Hello, Alton. Hello, Jackie Perkin. Hello, Katie. Are you the Katie that was one of my students? Oh my goodness me. That's a blast from the past. Look at you all coming in. Yes, she is. Hello. Okay, so I am going to get started. Now, we've been out as Jigsaw. I've been out doing our quality. We call them quality improvement audits. We do not call them mock inspections. Can I just ask, can you hear me? You can hear me. Just go yes before I go thumbs up. Yes. I'll carry on then. That's good. So we've been carrying out our quality improvement audits since April. We have been, our diary's rammed. That's all I can say is our diary is rammed, which is a good thing, a really good thing. But I just thought, like last month, I did a webinar where I talked about inspection findings, and I wanted to break it down even further on from what I was finding. So obviously, whatever I'm going to say, I'm not going to mention names or anything like that, but this is a holistic what Jigsaw has found, and also where their reports are now coming through, I'm seeing more things. So it's linking to what we're seeing and picking up too. So I'm hoping what we can share with you can give you a little bit of maybe, I don't know, fire in your belly, and maybe start thinking, maybe go back in tomorrow and go, right, what is it that we need to be focusing on? Does that make sense to everybody? Are you all okay? Yes. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Good. Brill. Okay. So I normally do PowerPoints, but I'm only going to do one words on them and then keep coming back to the screen. So if I've got any questions, there is a question and answer thing on your page. Can somebody just write a question so that I know it's on there? Because if you've got any questions, I'm going to go on to that at the end. Somebody write in the question and answer window. Joan, with recording page. Okay, look at it. Right. Okay. How are you? I'm good. Thank you. Very well. Sarah, will this recording be available to watch later at a later date? I will put it on our website for a week. Okay, so you will be able to get it. Okay. Have I had a good day? I have had a good day. Started off with a little bit of a blip. But I managed to write my reports that I've written. I managed to create something, and I managed to put this webinar together. So yes, so brilliant. So if you have a question, please put it in the question and answer mode, and then I can literally, it says I can publish. I don't know how to publish it. I don't know what that means. I don't want to do it. So I am going to get rid of you lot. So we're back to a single screen, and we're going to get cracking. Okay. And I'm going to share my screen. And I'm hoping you can see my screen. Okay, can you see my screen? Thumbs up, anything, emoji? Does it do emojis on here? Yes. Okay, brilliant. So I was going to do it under safeguarding. However, I wanted to put something in it that will, let me go back to me again. I wanted to put something in it to do with curriculum, because we have had so many inquiries. Vanessa, will you do training on the new EYFS? The answer is no. Okay. Caroline, if there's no sound, I would suggest you go out and come back in again and try, but it will be later for 7 days on our website. So no panic, don't panic. So we've been asked, so we're not going to do the new EYFS because actually I think we're getting a little bit stuck on it, a little bit like het up on it. So I want to talk to you about my findings, and if there is anything I can do to help you, that's what I'm going to do. So please bear with me. Do not shout at me. Do not go, Vanessa, we can't do this. So I'm just, where are we now? July, August. So we have 2 months left before the new EYFS comes into play. However, you don't need to get stressed about it. Okay. If you can't hear anything, it's something to do with your computer. I would go back out and come back in again. Okay. Right. I'm going to crack on. Okay. So the findings one then, the first thing to do with safeguarding is knowledge. Okay, so what I'm finding, or what we are finding as a Jigsaw team, is the knowledge of the staff, or the knowledge in particular, guys, maybe I'll come back to myself here. The knowledge in particular of the designated safeguarding lead is not where it should be. Okay, now you can still access your designated safeguarding lead training. We deliver it via Zoom. It works. And there are many of your local authorities that will deliver it that way. So, and whatever way you do find your training, whether it's on an online platform or whether it's Zoom, or whether you're able to do face-to-face, which I'm not sure you are at the moment, but whatever it is, you cannot let your designated safeguarding lead lapse. Okay, and it's every 2 years. Every 2 years, your designated safeguarding lead needs to be renewed, and your designated safeguarding lead needs to be that point of person that if any of your staff in your setting have got any concerns, they go to the designated safeguarding lead and they make that decision of whether they need to refer it to the local safeguarding board or whoever. The other thing I want you to know is, have you gone over to Safeguarding Partners? Okay, so if you've gone over to Safeguarding Partners, make sure that that's written in your policy, because we were local Safeguarding Children's Board. However, from September, everybody needs to be a safeguarding partner. So you need to be making sure that that is in your safeguarding policy, that you know that you've gone over. Okay, but your designated safeguarding lead needs to be that person that they make that decision whether they're going to refer, whether they're going to call Early Help Hub, or whether they're going to talk to a parent. They need to document that. We're finding that actually the forms that we're seeing, so I'm going to give you an example. So pre-existing injuries, I'll go into that a bit further. If that form's empty, they're just leaving it empty. They're just going, Mum said this. But actually, if there's a few of them, what are you going to do about it? So you really do need to be making sure that the designated safeguarding lead understands what that job role is. Okay, so every 2 years, you really do need to be focusing on that. One of the other things that is, and I'm seeing this and we're hearing it, is somebody on other forums, and I'm not going to say which other forums, but sometimes these forums scare the pants out of people. Okay, so they talked about witchcraft. Your inspector will say to you, I'm just reading, I'll come back to whoever's writing. I can see these going up and down, so bear with me. Your inspector ask is, how can you just tell me what you understand about your local area, your local community when it comes to safeguarding? So what they're going to want to know is, what is it? So if there are concerns of witchcraft, I'm just saying this, and it's not something that I teach in my designated safeguarding lead, I'll be honest with you. But if it's something that's happening in your area, then you have to make sure you understand a little bit more about it. Okay. If your inspector is inspecting somewhere where it's not happening in your area, they're going to ask you, what do you understand? Do you understand, are there any concerns of any radicalization concerns, any extremist concerns, any witchcraft concerns, if that's happening in your area? And you do need to be making sure that you either go onto your local Safeguarding Children's Board, or you go onto your Safeguarding Partners and make sure you sign up to the email update. Every one of them has an email update. You must find it. Some of them aren't as easy to find, and those of you who are in my local authority, you will say the same. But please make sure you get signed up to those things. The other one is Operation Encompass. Operation Encompass, if you explained this to your inspector, it doesn't state that you need to know it, but what you're doing is setting the boundaries and setting the confidence level of where you know and what you understand about Operation Encompass. Those of you, those of you who know about Operation Encompass, can you just put it in the yes or no in the chat for me? Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Okay, so let me just explain to you then about Operation Encompass. I'm going to do a brief synopsis of it, but you must go and look at it. Okay, so your Operation Encompass is that if a child in your setting has witnessed, now we all know there's 5 types of abuse, and we know it's SPEND, don't we? Okay, D is domestic violence. Always put the D in, okay, because you're almost adding that little bit of extra knowledge when your inspector is going to be asking you. But Operation Encompass is a charity-run program, and they are desperately trying to get it in all local authorities, local authorities. And I think they've got a goal of when to get it by. But basically, what happens is if a child that comes to your setting has witnessed domestic violence while they've not been in your setting, so the night before or the weekend before, Operation Encompass or the local police will send you an encrypted email, and sometimes they will ring. And this used to be done with schools, but now they've lowered it to early years settings, which is amazing. And basically what they would do is they will inform you that such and such a child has literally witnessed this, please be mindful, and so you're aware of it. It's such an amazing program. Such an amazing program, and it gives you a sense of importance, the fact that actually you've got all these local authorities and they're talking to you. You are the professional, and they feel that you need to be involved. Now, Operation Encompass do have an online, I wish I had it. If I don't, I'll find it for you. They do have online training on their page. But if you type in Operation Encompass, you will see it. Okay, so please be aware of it. It's really informative, such a useful service. It's amazing. Okay, so Sharon signed up for that and received 2 different families. Amazing. Honestly, it's these things that you would never ever get. And it's funny because I also sign up to NSPCC serious case reviews or reviews, and one came through today, and I opened it up and there were 8 on there, and it said something in there. Well, actually, if I look at the 8 cases, probably 6 of them had domestic violence in it, and that was just like mind-blowing. And it is on the increase, and we do need to know about domestic violence and Operation Encompass. So if there's one thing going to take from that knowledge is your Operation Encompass, your designated safeguarding lead, make sure the forms are all filled in, and if you're not referring, say why you're not referring. Okay, the designated safeguarding lead is the person that makes that decision. Really, really important. Do we all understand that? Kimmy says yes. Anything that you're going to take from that? Anything? Okay, Becky, how do you sign up for it? Type in Google Operation Encompass. It will bring it up for you. Okay, brilliant, 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 brilliant. Register for training. Perfect. It's free. We all like free training. Okay, so I'm going to go on to the next one for you. Okay. Findings number 2, risk assessments. Okay, so risk assessments. Now, you need to know that whatever, and I said this on my last one, on my last webinar, is the fact that whatever your COVID policy says, I'm going to draw it down into COVID policy, your COVID risk assessment, whatever your COVID policy says or whatever your COVID risk assessment says, okay, you have to do. Okay, otherwise you're going against what it says. So, you know, if it's saying that you clean 4 times a day, you wipe the communal areas 4 times a day, you really do want to be doing that. Okay, you really do want to be doing that. If it says, okay, here's another one. If it says that when parents drop off, they wear a mask when they hand over to their children, your parents must wear a mask when they hand over to you. Okay. If not, what's the point of it written? Your policies are there to follow, and your inspector will check your COVID policy. They really will. check your COVID risk assessments and your COVID policy. So please make sure that whatever your COVID and risk assessment and policy says, you do. Okay. And it goes with all the other risk assessments, but I'm just picking up on the ones that we're picking up at the moment. Okay. So be mindful of that. Does that make sense? Have any of you changed your COVID risk assessment and policy over the last, say, I don't know, 3 weeks? Let me see. Somebody's typing. Yes. Okay. And you amend it. I presume you amend it all the time. Reviewed weekly. Yeah. Continually. All the time. Yeah. So good one. So Sharon, yep, that's a really good one. Date it to say that you changed it. So you've amended it. Really good. We're on version 11. Yeah. I wonder how long it'll take for us to get to version 20. But yeah, version 7. Look at it all the time. Brilliant. Perfect. Updated. Brilliant. Okay. So let's move on. Findings number 3. Policies. Okay. Policies is really important. So going back to what I said about safeguarding, check to see if your local safeguarding children's board or your safeguarding partners, whatever it is, make sure that you update your safeguarding policy. Okay. Make sure, and I've seen many settings. Actually, no, that's not true because we've done many inspections. I probably said on 5 where I've seen the same policies. They're not spoke enough to the setting. And they don't really understand it, and staff don't really read those policies when you amend a policy. So whatever it is you're doing, please make sure. Also, how do you get parents to read those policies as well? You're checking that they understand the complaints policy is important, your COVID policy, safeguarding policy, and there's one more that I want to check on you. And I don't know whether you're noticing, but there have been an awful lot of children escaping, going missing, lost child. So I would say those are the ones that majority they're going to be focusing on, because there are so many examples of it. So the one that came out last week or the week before was the little boy who had who was autistic. He was running along the road. The one yesterday, the day before, was a child escaped through the fence panel, and the setting knew that the fence panel was broken and didn't do anything about it. So all of those things, make sure that your trip, if you're doing trips, like going for a walk, that policy, missing child policy, make sure that is updated. Okay. And if you do have a scenario where a child does escape, you do need to inform Ofsted. You do. That's a significant event. You do need to let them know. Okay. Fingers, I'm going to touch this wood because I don't want it to happen to any of you. But please make sure. There are very few required policies, but we seem to have policies for everything so important ones can get lost. Is there a point when a written policy is not needed? Oh, no, I don't know when there is a point when a written policy is not needed. But I would say that when I was group manager, I think I wrote 96 policies. Probably the worst thing of my job was to write the policies because I was so bored of them, so bored. But you do need to make sure that they're updated. We always used to put one on the back of the toilet door and change it every week to make sure that a new policy was being read. Okay, just a tip. Okay, so make sure you check your policies, make sure they're all updated. Make sure that everyone understands. So if you've got any new updates, you put a date to say that you've updated it. Okay, are we all on board with that one? Any questions on that? Toilets when you get the whistleblowing phone number. See? Perfect. Yep. Always put it in the toilet. Update and share with staff and parents. Discuss with staff at staff meetings. Yeah. Brilliant. Anyone else? Above the toilet for men. You are right. Above the toilet for men. If you're lucky enough to have men in your setting. Okay. I just want to ask one question, actually. This is nothing to do with policies. How many of you are going to let parents back into your setting? Oh, dear. Yeah, look at it. Interesting, isn't it? Every setting I go to, they have said that actually the children come in so much better without without parents coming in. So it's interesting. Some are going to let them come in, not let them come in, drop off at the beginning, and then let them in at the end of the day. Yeah, it's almost, yeah, I don't know. It's funny, isn't it? That was just an off the cuff thing that I wanted to ask. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Findings number 4. Oh gosh, safer recruitment. Okay, can you all tell me that you've all done safer recruitment training? Be honest. I love that. Yes. Oh, I did yours. Well done, Lucy. Okay. Yes. No. Amy, I would have said probably, I'm not sure if there's a time limit on does it need updating, but I would say probably every 2 years. That would be something, or every year. I don't know, whichever platform you use. Okay, yes, management team. Brilliant. Okay, not in a while. I would literally do your safer recruitment. I have seen as well. So if your safer recruitment policy says that your staff do not come into your setting until they've had 2 written references, that is a policy. That means that you do not let them in until they've had 2 written references. You do not want to be saying to your inspector, well, they don't get back to us and we've tried, we've rung on several occasions, they don't try. That's not good enough. Okay, you need 2 written references. So you need to be making sure that whoever does the recruitment follows the safer recruitment policy. Okay, so please make sure that you do that. Oh, Lucy's putting that. We do safer recruitment training, but it's not something that I'm going to promote, but Lucy's just done it, so thank you, Lucy. But we do safer recruitment training. I think it's so important. I think that training's got an audit on it as well, so to make sure that you've covered everything as well. And those of you who've got the inspection manual, is in there as well, so you've got it all in there. But please make sure that whatever your safer recruitment policy says, you do. Make sure you have 2 written references. Make sure that DBS is checked and no staff is left alone. References are a nightmare. What do we do when you can't get them, especially from certain big nurseries? Well, one, I wouldn't let the staff start. I would actually probably ask the staff if they could contact that setting and say, I really need a reference. Okay, I think it's really, really important. Do not let this one go. Good, Kath, brilliant. Sean, I have a verbal. Sean, what does your safer recruitment policy says? It should be written references. The answer came back as it's not our policy to write them. I can't believe that. That's wrong. That's wrong. HR standard reference. Yes, as long as it says something like, have you got any safeguarding concerns or anything like that? We do a telephone and written policy. Yes, brilliant. Okay, perfect. But please make sure, go back, look at all your staff, especially staff that you've employed. If you're lucky enough to find a staff member, because I know it's very tricky at the moment, if you're very lucky enough to find a staff member, I would make sure, go back and look at all of your safer recruitment and make sure you've got 2 references, DBS, and you checked, you're right, that there's a right to work in the UK. You really do need to be making sure that. Brilliant. Okay, right. Any further questions? We had to ask for a third as other managers are not completing them and to our satisfaction. Brilliant, perfect. You're going one step beyond. Michelle, there's nothing like a bragger. Personnel department. We all would love a personnel department. I would love a personnel department. Okay, brilliant. Okay, so let's see what else I've got. So safer recruitment, findings. Okay, pre-existing injuries. Okay, Pre-existing. Okay, would a character reference be acceptable? Okay, you need to have one. You can have one character reference, but one must be from the job before. It must be from the job before. It's got to be. And ideally, it's got to be from a setting. But if not, then it has to be. There's no doubt. Okay, so pre-existing injuries. Now, I understand that parents aren't coming in. To get them to sign a form is really, really hard. However, that should not stop those pre-existing injuries being monitored and being recorded and being signed by the parents and actually answered. My feeling is, if a box is empty, fill it. I say that so many times. If a box is empty, get it filled. Otherwise, there's no point in the box being there. Okay. And also, if the box is empty, you're drawing attention to the box being empty. You're making me go, that box is empty. What have they not filled in? So no signatures, no dates, parents not saying what's happened, or whoever brings in on a pre-existing injury. Also, you need to make sure you track the pre-existing injuries as well. So almost create a tally form every month, like your operational checklist. And those of you who've got the operations book last month in the subscription box, it should have something in there that you can add all those bits in. But you need to be making sure that actually you tally it up. So you have all the children's names and you have the date, the month at the top, and you just tally every month so you can see what's going on. Okay, do not leave any boxes empty, because your inspector will pick it up. I will pick it up, your inspector will pick it up. Parents must complete the form. If they don't come in, our staff must not complete, so parents can't come back and say, safeguard the staff. Brilliant. We have piled them printed in the office, ready to get the information straight away. Yep. I had one setting say to me, we don't get parents to sign it because we didn't want to share a pen. Then buy little Bic pens, little tiny pens. You know, they can't be expensive, and get them to use that and take that pen. Really? Or spray the pen before you give it to them. Okay. Is there a standard form available anywhere to do settings? Okay. Do you mean that for pre-existing? Now we have a I'm sure, who said that I had a cause for concern form? Who was it that said you've got? So sorry. No worry, Caroline. Who was it? Said Jenny. So we could use the cause for concern form for pre-existing injuries, couldn't we, Jenny? Answer me so that I'm feeling. Could you do that? Yes, you could. Yes, you could. You have a separate, but you could. You're right. Thank you, Ursula. So on the cause for concern form, anything that we've got concerns for, whether it's behaviour management, safeguarding, it's got the practitioner writes on the first page, on the front page, and then the DSL writes on the other page, and then it says at the bottom whether you're going to make a referral or not. So you've got it all in one place. So yes, that is something that you could do. Maybe I'll put it as a download. This is a cause. Remind me, somebody. Cause for concern. Okay. Remind me, and I'll put that as a download. Remind me. Yeah, I will have a form. Amanda, I promise. It is in my binder. It's in the oh no, I don't know whether it is, Elaine. I'll find out. If it's not, I will put mine as a PDF and I'll give it to you as a free download. Not a manual. Thank you, Amanda. Okay, I will do that. I promise. Okay, really, really simple, easy to document, easy to use. But on the back, the DSL says whether they're going to refer or not. And if they're not, why not? Again, the box is there. Fill the box in. Okay, all right. Okay, let's see what else I've got. Pre-existing injuries. Okay, I'm going to go back to something first. I'm going to go into curriculum, but I want you to hold that thing about safeguarding, because it's really important that you understand and you get staff to understand what safeguarding is. So we have a list of questions that we ask staff, but that's a pretty simple way of doing it. But my feeling is prove it. So hold this thought, everybody. Stay with me to the very end, please. Prove it, okay? So when you're saying, so if I said to a setting, could you tell me how you ensure all staff are aware of safeguarding? What do you do? So tell me, okay, I'm going to ask this in the question then. The question is to you guys, how do you ensure that all staff are aware of safeguarding, and how often, and what do you do? Do you ensure that they know it? So let's see. Safeguarding quiz, checks. Lollipop question, regular training, on the spot questions. Brilliant. Okay. All right. Now, sometimes when you go and ask that, you go, oh, brilliant. You do all these things. So now I'm going to go and find out how much they know. But I always want to go prove it, is the fact that actually if they don't know, so you've said that you do this and they don't know, how can I prove that we've actually done it? Because you've got to walk the walk, but you've got to talk the talk, but you've got to walk the walk. You've got to show and prove that you actually do this. Okay, so hold this thought for me, because I've got something for you at the very end. So hold it. I'm going to go into my next thing. Okay, hold that thought. And I'm going to talk to you about curriculum. Now, hold the thought on safeguarding, guys. I said to you it will be a whistle-stop tour. Right, brilliant. Okay, so curriculum. Where are you? We all know that the statutory framework, the new statutory framework, okay, comes out ready to be used in September. Now, we know, and there's so much going on about this, and I need to make it as simple as possible for you. Okay, as simple, because if I can understand it, then the way if those of you who've read my book, you'll know that I say it how I write how I speak. So listen to me. It's the fact that we've got development matters. Okay, don't need to use it. Okay, we have got birth to 5 now. Don't need to use it. We can do if you want. You've got a choice. However, you now have a choice of creating your own curriculum. Okay, now everyone that I speak to go, I've no idea where to start with this. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. I don't know which one to go to. Now I'm going to put my hands up here. Okay, I like a tick list. As a practitioner, I liked the fact that I could tick to see where I thought a child was and their next stage of learning. I like that. That's what I like. Okay, if those of you see me, I've got all of these. Look at these notebooks, to-do lists, literally all these. I like tick clicks. I like to write things down and see and visually see what's going on. Okay, so I want to talk to you then about the curriculum. Where are you in your curriculum? Tell me what you're going to be doing from September. And color coded, of course, Ursula. Really? Yep, don't panic. Don't panic. Not a clue. Elaine, hold the thought, love. Written her own. I love it. Okay. Brilliant. Perfect. Okay. In the middle of dinner, don't changing much. I love it. Do not get het up about it. If any of you have seen the Alistair Bryce Clegg webinar, that is bloody amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love Alistair to bits. He says it how it is. And I just, listening to him on that, I just found it easy. I understood it. So, yeah. So what I want to know is, so you're telling me where you are with your curriculum. This is what I want to just remind you. Now, if I'm telling you to suck eggs, just bear with me, because not everybody understands it. So your curriculum is what we want children to learn. Okay, it's what we want children to be able to do. This is prescribed in the EYFS. So those areas of learning, yeah, it is prescribed by that. It is your intent. Your curriculum is your intent. Okay, you'll see the 3 eyes coming in. Do we understand that? What you want a child to learn is your intent. Have we got that? Thumbs up. Alistair. Okay. Amanda, I'm hoping you're saying who as a joke. Okay, yes, okay, right. Okay, we've got that. Okay, now this is one of the words that people go, oh my God, I don't understand it. Your pedagogy, okay? This is the process that we use to teach children, how we deliver this, how we deliver your intent, how we deliver the curriculum. So whether you are Forest School, Outdoor, Montessori, Reggio, Steiner, High Scope, whatever way, that is the way that you are going to deliver that curriculum. It is the implementation, okay? It's the way you adapt your activities, and it's the way you provoke question, have those conversations, and the resources you use to help gain a child's knowledge and experience, okay? So you've got your curriculum, which is your intent. You've got your pedagogy, what you want them to do. We've all got an ethos in us. We all have something that we know, whether it's children's voices, or whether it's themed. I haven't got a problem with themed. If it works for you, then go with it. That is what you are doing on your pedagogy. Okay. Impact. You all know I love this word. Okay. So how do we know what we're trying to get a child to learn and develop is working? So that's your implement. It's your impact. So assessment, how we know this is working. So this is where you assess. So we know the children well enough to understand your intent, what they need, what pedagogy, how you're going to implement it, and likely to be most effective in delivering it. So does that help with the fact that actually that's where the 3 I's come in? Now, Ofsted have said that you can devise your own curriculum as long as the staff know and understand child development. Okay, now not all staff know that. So actually, if you want to use something else, you can, but you need to devise your own. And this is where something that we've put together that might be able to help you. And if it was me, this is the way I would do it. So if you're thinking about it, I would, in your setting, if you're in rooms, or if you're in a preschool, or if you're a childminder and you've got assistants or on your own, is I would break down your age groups in your children. That's what I would do. This is me. I'm not telling you how to do it. I'm just giving you some advice. Okay. It's the fact that I would put the baby room staff together and say, what do you think our babies need to learn when they're in our setting? Okay. So you can use a bit of Development Matters. You can use a bit of Birth to 5. You can even use Mary Sheridan. And if those of you who are old enough will know who Mary Sheridan is, okay, you can use that. Okay, exactly the same with the toddlers, exactly the same with the preschool, exactly the same with preschool apprentices, transition age. That's exactly what you need to do. And then that is how you would do it. It's literally, that is your curriculum. You've looked at what you feel children need to do to make sure they're okay for when they go on to the next stage of learning. Okay, so that is your intent, your implementation, and your impact. Your curriculum is your intent. What is it that you want a child to learn? Okay, have we all got that? Any questions? Go into the question and answers before I tell you what I've got for you. Any questions? Are we all okay? No questions? You've gobsmacked. Brilliant, perfect. Thank you, Elaine. We'll understand it. So literally, do not get stressed about the new curriculum. Okay, if you don't want to devise your own, then don't. If you want to choose Development Matters, if you want to do Birth to 5, then do it. But actually, we've been given the autonomy as early years professionals and practitioners to actually create our own. It's bloody amazing. Use it. You've got 2 months, peeps. 2 months to create your own. And know that all your staff, how amazing is that? Whatever your setting is, this is my curriculum. I'm going to give it, so I'm trying to think of, give me a name of a setting. One of you, what's your name of your setting? Yep, Sound, Professional Knowledge, Mumbles. Okay, Mumbles curriculum, Honeysuckle curriculum, Little Achievers curriculum. That is amazing. Charlesmore, look at you all. That is your curriculum. You are making it up. You've got together, you've got professional knowledge and judgment from your teams, and that's what you are creating. Okay, so bear with me. I want to show you something. Now, I promised that I would do something, and this is this. This is something. I'm not saying that you should get this, but those of you who are on the fence, this is something that we put together. And my lovely Ursula, who's still on, Ursula, I'm hoping you're still on, has received a copy of this because she was my guinea pig. So we've created something for every key child. I'm not saying this is what you need to do, but if you're at a loss and you don't know what to do, it's coming tomorrow. Amazing. If you don't know what to do, this may help you. So we've put together a child's learning journey. Now, why have we done it manually? Because I'll tell you the reason why. Because I am fed up when I go out into settings and seeing this. This is the iPad. This is it. Taking the picture like that. They're not spending that time writing down in the book what that children's doing, but that's what they're doing, is taking the picture, ready to upload it to wherever they need to upload it. Now, this learning journey, let me just explain to you. Okay, so it starts off, okay, with it, so it's a year's worth, so every child will get one. Is one book for each child, basically. So it's their learning journey. So you've got you put their picture there. How great is it that you take a picture and go with the children to print them out and actually print it, let them stick it in there? Yep. Okay. All about the setting, family tree, all about routine. You've got a blank page if you want to make any notes. My key person is my first day in the room. Okay. Then we've got my baseline assessments. That is the other thing. Do not stop doing them. Please keep doing them. And then what we've done is put this in here. Can you see this? My curriculum. So when you've literally spoken to each of your rooms and they've come up with a list of what they want those children in those rooms to learn, your intent, your curriculum, you stick it in the book. You can write it in or you can stick it in, and that's what you use. Then it goes on. So we've made this, I think there's 2 pages of that because you don't want to be overwhelming. Then we've broken it up into term 1, term 2, term 3. And basically we've got chance, interests, children's voices, schemas. How great is it for you to be able, for a child to be able to see that you're writing in a book rather than going on an iPad? That's the reason I did this, because I thought it was really, really important. A written observation, photographic observation, my next steps, so they know what we're looking at. And then you've got, at the very end of this one, you have got a parent well moments, and you've got parents comments. That's at the end. Okay, so really, really important for parents to be involved in this, because what you can do, and we've got it here, I need to learn next, I'm going to learn this by, and then it's got implementation. So it could be what their interests are, what their voices are, because those interests and stuff are going to be literally changing all the time. And you put that, you send that home, so it comes backwards and forwards, and it's their learning journey. So that is the learning journey. If you wanted to get any of that, the link's there, and I'm hoping it will go on the group later. But there's that. But there is something else I want to show you. Okay. Those of you who have, oh, Lucy, they're £9.99, my lovely, for a whole year's worth. £9.99. Yep. Okay, sorry, I meant to say that to you. Sorry. So those of you who, tell me who has got the subscription boxes? Who's got these? What did you think of the love my box? I know. It's all mine. Oh my God. You wait until the next one. Okay, which is this. Okay. For those of you who do not know, we started a subscription box. They're $43.99 each month. You only have to sign up once. So those of you who signed up last month will get this month, which is, if you could see the state of my office, they're all the stuff's coming in already, but I want to show you what's in the box. You can join now if you wanted to join now, because actually this one is all about safeguarding. So I'm going to open the box. So you get this lovely box. Okay. Oh no, I'm in isolation. It arrived at work, so not yet. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, so comes with, you know me, a little bit of purple. Someone asked me if I liked purple today. I actually don't like purple, which is interesting. I don't know why I chose it. Then you open the box. Okay, and in the box, this is something I want to show you. You will have a postcard. Okay, good old paper pen. Joan, totally get it. Okay. Those of you who've got it, did you know that on the back of this you've got a heart and it's a scratch card? Scratch it because somebody every month will win a prize. Can you? No, it doesn't have popping candy in it. It's something better. No, you should have got one of these, Michelle. Okay. Okay, so what I'm saying is you're supposed to scratch this and inside it will say whether you've won. I didn't win. Okay. Don't leave it. Scratch the blooming card. That'll be the first thing I do to find out if you won. Last month was a £200 online training voucher. Really? Don't say we'll scratch it tomorrow. Do it. I want you to do it. I want you to scratch it. Yeah, it's the first thing I would do. Anyway, so in that month box, you've got this. Okay. Can you pay for a year? Oh, no, but you only set it up once and it automatically does it. Donna, you lost yours. Really? We only said in the office. Nobody's ever asked us, Rochelle, before. I'm sure we could work it out, but nobody has asked us that, so I'm sorry. But we said in the office today, nobody's said they've won it. So we're like, what have they done with it? If you've got a card, scratch it. Okay, Michelle, hold that thought. Okay, so then you get this. Those of you know I like to wrap things up. Okay, so I'm going to put it here. In this month's box, okay, if you haven't signed up for it, sign up for the box now. Sign up for it because the cut-off date is the 17th, but then as soon as we know how many we've got, then we will get them all out. And we're getting them all out on the same day because we've hired a man who can, and that's Mr. Post Office, is coming to get them. He's going to come and collect them and send them all out on the same day, which is amazing. So in this box, you get, and I'll go into this, hold this thought. I'll just drop it. So you get one of these, and I'll open this in a minute for you. You will get a to-do list, which I love. Can you see my new colour? I love my new colour. 30 days of a to-do list pad. We all like that. You get a drink. You get something in this one. Yep, you probably can tell it's smelly. That is something that's for you. Okay. You also get your impact suite. You also get a training manual workbook. So what we've done is, because we've done this in our training portfolio, but we've amended them all. So basically these are not what you've got. So if you've got the training manual, these are not the same. Okay. Did love the training bit. Thank you. The soap does smell amazing. You're right. So in this one, you've got two choices. And there again, what we've done is 2 safeguarding scenarios, questions to consider, advice what to do. And here I've put, look here, research, operation, and compass, and a bit of research. So you get 2 choices of that. In there also you get your celebrating successes and discussing dilemmas bit for your staff meetings, an action plan, and a photocopier mood tracker, which is really good to give your team once a month, because I think that's really important. Okay. And you also get in this, I want to share this. My husband would kill me for this. He would die for this. We've given you some chocolate this time. We didn't give you Fizz Whiz like we did last time. These are, okay, I want to see, look at the size of this. Giant, and there's 2 in there. Giant chocolate buttons. Look at that. There are actually 2 giant chocolate buttons in a neat little package for you in there. Absolutely, I love this. So let me open the book. So you get this, you get your book, and inside the book, you always get the book first before anyone else. Okay, before anyone else gets the book, you get it before we launch it. Okay, and this is, oh, can you see? It's like Christmas. Okay. This is the next book, peeps. Are you ready? For those of you, if you haven't got it, get in quick. Okay, this is the Impact Safeguarding book. Okay, so basically, how do you evidence when and how often you ask your staff team safeguarding questions? Where do you document the impact of this? This book will help you evidence the impact you are making to ensure safeguarding is of the highest priority. And it's easy. So basically, what we've got in here is your safeguarding log. And it's your safeguarding log for your staff training. Okay, so you can make sure when I say prove it, you can prove it. So it's designed to offer support to managers and leaders of early years settings to help track safeguarding training and knowledge practitioners. So we have got, how many questions have we got? Bloody hell. We have got 56 questions in there. And then you record the practitioner's name, the room, the date, the question number, their answer, and any actions. So if they didn't know the answer, what is your action? What are you going to do about it? Where are you going to send it? Where are you going to send them to? What training do they need? That's what you need to be doing. That's the bit that you need to be focusing on. And there'll be notes pages as well. So this is, I don't even know how many pages there are. There's 310 pages. So I would say there's 150 places. What great idea. Thank you, Kath. Thank you. I'm wasted in early years. I really am wasted. I think I should be an event planner. There are 150 bits for you. So it's almost like a whole year. So this could be added to, if you've got your operational checklist, this is something that you can add to it. And you'll see the theme here that we've actually not wasted our lockdown. We've actually designed books to help you out, to make it easier so you can have that go-to and you can record and document everything. Okay. Any questions? Oh, bless you. I am wasted. I do. I think I need event planning. I need to wrapping and event planning is what I need to do. So that's the link, and I think the link will go on to the Facebook group as well. Literally, you will get one. You only have to sign it once, and then automatically it goes through every month. You will get one of our new boxes, and we have had an amazing response on the boxes. I mean, literally so much. So many of you have sent messages and text, and just honestly, I'm blown away by it. So like here, you've got a book that's worth $29.99, a staff meeting training scenario, $31.99, to-do list that lasts 30 days, something for you to treat as an eat, something for you, a way of saying thank you, impact suites. And last month's was a chance to win a training voucher. I'm not sure what this month will be, but that was what last month's was going to be. Okay, so again, over 50 questions, 56. Look at these books. Look at them. Absolutely beautiful. Documentation to record and evidence, and place to record your actions and any training needed. So you've got a cycle. Purely, this is from what we've been picking up of when we're going out, is proving that you are able to demonstrate that your staff know this stuff. Okay, really, really important that you can demonstrate that, because it's really, really important. Okay. There's the link again. Click on I want to subscribe. It will automatically happen, and we will collect all of those names, and then they are due to go out. The closing date is the 17th, and we've got Monday the 19th and the 20th that we are packing boxes. That is our ALF day in the hub. Okay. Last but not least, final bit, this is what I want to talk to you about. So for those of you who are on it, there are some of you on here already who are on this. I just want to talk to you briefly about the Inspection Academy. We only have literally like 8 places left, not even that, I don't think. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Starts Friday the 9th of July at 10 a.m. It's a 10-week program. Every Friday at 10 a.m. You have your own Facebook group. We do a Zoom, and it's a small group, a really small group. And basically, you get when you start, and those of you who are on here and that's got this, I've got a book like this. I wish I could show you this. Like this. Okay, that's on its way to being printed, and I will send them out to you. You have your own Inspection Academy book where everything you will be learning will be, you can document in one place. It is in that book. Okay, so I want to share with you programs. So 10 weeks, and that's just example of what's inside the book. Okay, is program the week 1 is we will welcome you, discuss your concerns, what stresses you thinking about being inspected. And the whole point we did the Inspection Academy was because I do Are You Ready for Inspection? So that's for the whole team and for everybody to be prepared, like take 6 months to be prepared. This is on the day. This is on the day. What is it that we can help you with on the day? Because we know that everyone gets stressed about the inspections. So that's what we've put in place. Okay, so we have got program 1. Module 1 is what stresses you, how you're going to shine, talking about the call as well. Module 2 is talking about the learning walk, how you can make this successful and use this opportunity to showcase everything, as well as including your team. Module 3, week 3, we're going to be talking about your curriculum with the new guidance and how you can highlight to your inspector why you do what you do and the impact that you're making. Yeah. Will you do the inspection course again, as I won't be able to make the first 2 Fridays? Becky, it is recorded and placed on the members on a members area on the website. So if you can't do the first 2 Fridays, they will be on there. As soon as we've recorded them, I'll upload them. But it still means that you get the Facebook group. It still means you get the book. It still means you get the support from the rest of the group. And it still means that you get the support as well from us. There were three auditors, 3 inspectors, and we are going to be helping. Okay, so if that helps, brilliant. I don't know when I'm going to be doing it again. I'm only going to open it twice a year, so this is my beta group, and it won't be this price next time. Okay, module 4 is we're discussing what your inspector will ask regarding safeguarding on the day, not only with you but also the rest of the team. Module 5 is question and answers. So ask the inspector. So this is session will focus on answering your questions with 3 inspectors. So we're going to be there and you're going to grill us. Be nice, please. Module 6 is focused on what you need to know about SEN children and EA out and the documentation you need to show. Module 7 is the focus on the role of the key person and what they will be expected knowing regarding their key children. Module 8, question and answers again. Question 9 is about leadership and management and the interview you have, and so we will literally do that grilling with you and help you be prepared for that inspection. And module 10 is all about self-evaluation. So there is a 10-week program to getting you prepared for the day. Okay, any questions? What times are they? They're always at 10 o'clock, Lucy. We've kept 10 o'clock every Friday for 10 weeks, and they start on Friday the 9th of July. Okay, any questions? Anybody got any questions from anything that I've talked about today? Oh, 10 to what time? Probably about an hour, Lucy, is probably what the video is. There will be. No worries, you can ask again, Amy. Perfect. Anybody else? So what are you going to take from today's webinar? Oh, how much is it? Okay, the normal price, I think, is $449.99 for 10 weeks, but it's $349.99. $349. Somebody answer me. Is there a link to the academy? There is. Bear with me. I don't even know if I can do this while I'm on there for you. Let me have a look. I've never done it like this before, so bear with me. Oh, look, Lucy's done it. Oh, no, Jenny, you've done it. You beautiful people. There you go. Amazing. Thank you. So, yes, so there are 3 links that we will put out tonight. Any questions from what you've asked for, what I've delivered? I've just given you a quick an hour synopsis of what I think you need to be focusing on. If you want to know more about writing your curriculum, thinking about it, then go ahead, but do it now before September comes in. Back to references. Would you do anything if you knew a staff had gone to another setting but not received a reference request? Anything, or is it just their problem? Well, they're not following the safer recruitment, so you can't really comment on that. No, I've been there. Michelle, you're giving me so much confidence, feeling inspired. Woohoo! I love a bit of fire in the belly. Okay. Love the webinar. Film. Brilliant. Brilliant. Well, you've got to remember, we try and do everything from what we found to help you. That's the whole point of doing the early years managers group, is to do that, because we just know that there is not that much support, and if we can give it, we will. Okay, I promise you. Anything else? Anybody? Gonna love you and leave you. I've got not Jackie potato tonight. I have toast. Going to sign up for the 10 weeks. Brilliant. Okay, getting quick, because I know that they will go and there's a limit on it. Okay, if you want to sign up for the subscription box as well, there's only a few left on the this one, so get in with that. Toast and wine. No wine, actually. I had wine when I had a puncture, so I'm not having wine now. Okay, take care, everybody. Stay safe, be good, and I will see you very, very soon. Take care.